Most people think that when it comes to credit cards, all you need to do is pay your bill on the due date, and that's it. You're doing everything right. But here's something that surprises you. That advice is incomplete. In fact, in some cases, it can actually hold your credit score back or even quietly bring it down without you noticing. Yeah, you could be doing what you think is perfect and still not getting the results you should. And the reason for that is simple. Because there's a better way to time your payments. A smarter system that can help you boost your credit score faster, keep your profile strong, and at the same time avoid paying any interest at all. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how this works, step by step, in a way that actually makes sense. We'll break down the real strategy using a practical example, and I'll also answer the questions that a lot of people have, but usually don't ask. Like, should you leave a small balance on your card? What's the real difference between your statement balance and your current balance? And what kind of credit utilization actually works best in 2026? So let's clear everything up and get you using your credit card the right way. We need to understand why paying on the due date alone is not always the best strategy. Your credit score is mainly built on a few key factors, but the two biggest ones are payment history and amounts owed. Payment history makes up around 35% and amounts owed around 30%. Why is simple. It just tracks whether you pay your bills on time. So yes, paying by the due date keeps this part strong. And your goal here is simple, 100% on-time payments. But here's where most people stop thinking. And that's the mistake. Because the second factor, amounts owed, is where things get interesting. To understand that, you first need to understand how your credit card cycle works. Every card has a billing cycle, usually around 30 days. During that time, your bank tracks every purchase you make. At the end of that cycle, you get something called your statement balance. Now, once that statement closes, your balance is locked in, and that's the amount reported to the credit bureaus. After that, you get a grace period, usually about 3 to 4 weeks, and during that to pay your bill. If you pay your full statement balance before the due date, you avoid interest completely, slight emphasis, and your payment counts as on time. So far, everything sounds simple, right? But here's the part that most people completely miss. Your credit utilization is based on the balance reported at the statement closing date, not the due date. That means, even if you pay everything later, the number that gets reported is already locked in. Let's make this real. Imagine your credit limit is $8,900, and during your billing cycle, you spend about $1,300. That puts your utilization at around 14 to 15%. Now, even if you pay that full amount before the due date, your credit report may still show that higher utilization, and that can slightly low. Not because you did anything wrong, but because of timing. Now here's where things get smart. Let's say, instead of waiting, you make an extra payment before your statement closes. For example, you spent $1,300, but before the closing date, you pay off $1,250. Now, when your statement closes, your balance is only around $60, and suddenly, your utilization drops to under 1%. That's a massive difference, and that's what gets reported. Then later, during the grace period, you simply pay the remaining balance and avoid interest completely. Same spending, same money, but a completely different impact on your credit score. So here's the key takeaway. The best time to pay your credit card is not just one moment, it's actually two. First, a few days before your statement closing date, to lower your balance and control your utilization. Second, any time before your due date to pay off the remaining statement balance. This two-step method is what separates average credit users from people with elite credit scores. Now let's answer some common questions. What if your utilization goes high 1 month? Don't stress. Credit utilization has no long-term memory in most current scoring models. So if your score drops temporarily, you can fix it next month just by lowering your balance again. Next question. Should you leave a small balance on your card? No, that's one of the biggest myths. You do not need to carry a balance or pay interest to improve your credit score. When people say leave a small balance, what they actually mean is let a small amount show on your statement, not carry debt into the next month. Another common confusion. What's the difference between your statement balance and your current balance? Your statement balance is a snapshot of what you owe during that billing cycle. Your current balance is just a live number that keeps updating as you spend. And when it comes to payments, your statement balance is what really matters. And one more thing. If you ever miss a payment by mistake, don't panic. It's not reported late until it's 30 days overdue. You might get a late fee, but in many cases, you can get it removed. Still. So let's wrap this up. If you really want to use credit cards the smart way and build a strong score in 2026 and beyond, then remember this simple strategy. Don't just pay on the due date. Pay smart. Lower your balance before the statement closes and clear the rest before the due date. Do this consistently, and you'll not only protect your credit, you'll start optimizing it. If this gave you value, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because on this channel, we focus on real financial strategies for people in Europe, the UK, Germany, and the US. Simple, practical, and actually useful. This is Smart Card Europe, for an emphasis. Helping you make smarter financial decisions every single day. I'll see you in the next